G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Surviving Mars with Mags, and we have just had our first Martian born, and a meteor landing very close to our base. That's not good. Anyways, so we've just had our first child born on the red planet, and once again, our audio is why is it every time that I decide to start recording, the volume here just jumps through the roof? That will be better. Actually, let's change the station as well. No. No. Let's try that one. Yeah, that'll do. Anyways, we've just had our first Martian child born on the planet, so we are now officially breeding. This should have brought our population. We're up to 25 of 28 now, so we've got a little bit of space. Do have a couple of things we need to do. Let's clear these wrecks and get them out of the way. Since we've got children being born in here, what I do want to do is start building at least an infirmary. That's about all we're really going to have space for in here for the moment. But that does mean there will be at least some medical facilities available inside of the dome, available, you know, for the kids. Everything else is going along just nicely at this point in time. We have just about gathered up everything we need for the dome. We are one piece of concrete short, which I think is probably that bit just there, if I had to make a guess. And there it is. Alright, so we're now building. As soon as this is built, I'm going to start plugging in all the cables from this loop. I'm still not entirely happy with the fact that the dome is so far away from the edge of the loop.
We have an oxygen shortage. We have a water shortage.
But
we have a power shortage.
I'm aware.
Sector scanned.
Because we're
Anomaly
not plugged
found.
in, we can do that. So we'll just run that up to there, and that should plug us in. And while we're at it, we want pipes. We want to plug in our water supply. There we go. So once that built, food, power and water, and of course oxygen will be plumbed into this dome. And we're not going to do anything else with it yet. We're just going to leave it here. We will build just a supply just along here of reserve oxygen and a little bit of extra power batteries and so on onto this section of the line as we have with the other dome. But we're going to leave it for the moment because until we are ready to actually receive colonists, there's not much else we can actually do with it at this point.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder, so long as you know where to look.
So the following texts have been revealed on the research screen. Autonomous sensors, CO2 jet propulsion, that's a good one. Martian patents, Martian-born adaptability, and micromanufacturing. Cool, let's go have a quick look at those. Martian-born adaptability, biotech. Martian-born colonists graduate faster in universities and have higher chance to gain perks from schools. Certain restrictions that still persist on Earth derived from religion and general conservatism are absent here on Mars. As a result, we have the freedom to genetically enhance our newborns and hone their already sharp minds to a sharp point. That's interesting. CO2 jet propulsion, new building, shuttle hub, houses and refuel shuttles that facilitate long-range transportation of resources between depots and resettling of colonists between domes. Adapting an air-breathing jet engine to work in the 95% carbon dioxide atmosphere of Mars is a challenge. Well, I imagine it would be. And yes, that is something I actually very, very much do want. But there's really nothing that I can afford to give away here just yet. And what else have we got? Martian Patent Social. Licensed Martian technology for use back on Earth. She had to come on now, didn't she? Earn 500 million in funding. This tech is repeatable and can be researched multiple times. Economic exchange between Mars and Earth would be mostly in the form of intellectual property. Elon Musk. Fair enough. Obviously, if we need a little bit of money, that's the one we can just research to get a little bit. And we now have a power shortage. Negative 3.2 during the night. So we are going to have to work on our power supply here a little. So let's see what we've got. No Stirling generators left, which is unfortunate. But I did sort of suspect this was going to happen. Now, at the very least, for a start, we're going to want to put in a couple of batteries in relatively close proximity to the hub, and we are going to want a couple of oxygen tanks. These are the, oh my god, the line somehow got broken and nobody's, yeah, we need supplies to not die. So that should be enough there. Water stored not that far away. I don't think that would be a problem, but I might build some tanks if it's necessary to do so. Up to 7 exports. We're not gathering enough. We need to do something about that. Alright, on this side, sensor towers, salvage, tunnels. No, we don't want any of those. We want rare metals extractors. We're going to build these now, and once they're built, about there, we're going to build the other one over here. Once they're built, we're actually going to turn them off. Just so they're constructed and sitting there ready to go. But that's all they need to do. And you should plug straight into the power on that line. That's going to be our next supply of metals coming in, and I will also actually, let's not mess around. We really need to move the rare metal storage up here so it's close to the big depot we're actually building in the center. But we'll get onto that a little bit later. So that's ticking over. Microgravity medicine has been completed, which has opened up biome engineering. Farms increase the comfort of all residences in the dome. Seeing something green amongst the eggless reddish barrens on Mars could be quite therapeutic. Ooh, yes, I want that as well. We'll grab CO2 jet propulsion, and then I reckon we'll come back on biome engineering next. Just because it's going to make everyone happier, and I'm probably going to build at least one farm in every dome by default anyway, so that works. We are down to 82 metals. That's actually dropping faster than I would have liked, so we're going to need to start doing something about that. Our truck is all charged up, so let's send him out and have him gather a few more, because we've got plenty out here. We're not exactly about to run out of surface metals at this point, but it's still a bit of a drive to get to them. Now, where is our explorer? He's just over here. Get over there and scan that, because we need that that node done so we can pick up the technologies. Building's not working. Why isn't that working? No deposits. We've cleaned out all of the concrete. So, salvage.
Sector scanned.
And let's build a new concrete extractor. Again, we don't really need this, to be perfectly honest, but I want to make sure I have a bulk supply available.
Hey there, Panam. What's up? You are so cool. Almost
Anomaly analyzed.
There.
Just kidding. Would you like to meet up sometime? Maybe have a glass of wine and a donut? I feel we could talk
and we'll wait till that's done. And let's change this radio station because I am already bored of what's going on there. Okay, back to the Surviving Mars channel. So as soon as this is built, we're going to plug it into the power supply. And it's going to mine out this section. We can also completely salvage it for all its materials. We are going to want... Get past there, we're going to want a little bit more storage in the way of dumping sites too. We are... Actually, I think we can fit a couple down in there, actually. Should be nice, so their hole isn't going to go to waste. Alright, so there it goes, it just wants power. So we'll just plug a cable in from over here, so that's not a major issue. And that'll get the concrete extractor fired up again, and it will continue producing concrete up in this point as well. Now we've got to get the next dome into place. We're after more surface metal, so we do have a supply here, and we have a supply here. This one is the one that is... That's a bit of a stretch if we actually have a look. Medium-sized dome to get access to those two. And the next one is over here. That's a bit of a pain. It's not what I would call ideal. Not what I would call ideal at all. But we'll have to go with that, I think.
Cable fault reported.
Now we want to pick these up and we want to start exploring south this way. Where is that cable fault? Ah, just in there. They're already being fixed.
There's
Not
more
a
to the
problem at
barren
all.
environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder, so long as you know where to look.
The following texts have been revealed on the research screen: Martian aerodynamics and the Stirling generator. That last one is awesome. At the moment we can only get Stirling generators shipped in from Earth, but 12 and 6. So 12 plastics, 6 electronics. Or 12 polymers and 6 electronics rather. Generates power by closed generation of dust. Yet we know how the radioisotope generator actually works. Only 1,800 research. That's relatively cheap. Yeah, that is... I might have to shortlist that just because of how little that's actually going to cost us to get access to. And that saves us having to shift in huge amounts of these things later on. Martian aerodynamics. Shuttle speed increased by 33%. Designing shuttles for flight in low density, low pressure atmospheres is more efficient when designing them in a low density, low pressure atmosphere. Well, that makes sense. So we'll want that anyway once we build the engines and can actually start having shuttles hauling around. Now the idea of the shuttles is we can build a depot somewhere over here for them, and they will be able to readily shift materials back and forth as they are needed. And we're already down to 9 machine parts. God, we're chewing through it fast. Yeah, we're gonna have to go. We're consuming machine parts faster than I can do anything about them. What do we have? I'm pretty sure we had a production facility for machine parts as well. And it does go inside. Okay, so we're going to have to build that.
Resources are low.
Yes, I know. And we're going to need... standard living quarters. Yes, I know they don't generate as much people as you would normally like to bring in, but don't support as many people as you would like. But they do make them fairly comfortable. Now, as I said, I do want to put a farm in by default. While we're at it, we can actually turn these off, which was our original intention. The dome can be active, I just want the buildings placed. And we're going to leave that for the moment. Okay, so for starters, you have only 10 of 30 parts. You're going to have to go. We'll launch you. Now, next rocket. We're going to have to bring a passenger rocket in. And now we've got to actually start selecting what's going on. Matching colonists is only 8 of 65. Jesus. That is not good. Back. Specializations. Yes, we want engineers this time. That brings us up to 11. That's a start. Medic, botanist, security, scientist. Let's bring some... No, we've already got... Well, there's no preference on those. No specialization. We're going to have to find some more. Sex. Male, female, other. We're not really having any restrictions there. Perks. Don't want celebrities, don't want saints. Everything else is open at this point. Floors. This is where we're going to have to loosen something up, I think. I don't think there's anything else we can... Yeah, we don't want tourists for obvious reasons. Don't really have any restrictions there either. Nothing major. Alright, so we turn those off, we jump to 14. That'll have to do. We're going to have to keep it open to keep them shipping in at this point. Yeah, there's nothing else here that I really want to turn off. So who are we actually going to get coming in? Medic, botanists. We definitely want botanists. Geologists, engineers, definitely. No specialists, no specialization. We'll take the medic. My problem with the scientists, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not selecting them straight away at this point, is because I don't actually have anywhere for them to work. I don't have a scientific facility set up. Gains a temporary morale boost each time a new technology is researched. Survival loses less health. That's actually a really good one. We'll take you. Alright. Launch. There's 12 passengers on board the rocket. There's only space for 2 new residents at the colony. Launch anyway, because that won't be a problem for much longer. High priority on these facilities. And this is where our rocket will come into land.
Sector scanned.
They're doing its thing. 12 coming in. Should have plenty of food stored. Now, we need another rocket at this point. Otherwise, we are going to run out of parts right when they arrive. So we now need a cargo rocket. No rockets available. So we've got to wait for the other one to get home. The reason why I'm bringing the passengers in first is I want to try and get this facility up and running because it will be able to start making machine parts. It just converts them out of the stored metals, and we can get access, speaking of which, of plenty of metals. So that's not really an issue. And we're going to unload there. Yes, we know we're low on machine parts. Right, the farm is going up now too.
Cable fault reported.
Now, we don't want to turn anything on left. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we're going to urgently need in here before we can progress. Storages should be fine. Production. There's nothing else we can bring up because we need to actually bring the buildings. Power-wise, we've got everything hooked up. We have our reserves. The cables are connected. No, I think that's just about it, at least for the moment. We could put a park in,
Research complete.
just as a nicety. And then we're going to see exactly what their requirements are to fit in the rest. Park will be something they pretty much want regardless, so... passenger rocket almost here, and the return to Earth with 10 units is 83. So as soon as it's back, I'll be able to look into purchasing some more parts in. Hopefully nothing breaks too urgently between now and then. And we might even start shipping fuel back, because we've got 287 units of fuel. If we start shipping fuel back to Earth, we can at least make a couple of bucks off it. It's not exactly ideal, but I'll see whether or not we can actually do that.
Funding received.
Alright, let's land our rocket.
Cable
over here.
fault reported.
Now, where did our... Yeah, he's over there, he's charging up. Cool, let's go get some more
New
metal. 'Cause
colonists have
we need
arrived.
to bring in crap loads. I should hope so. Right, so hopefully they're moving themselves into the dome. Yes, they appear to have taken up residence. Excellent. Now, let's start turning on all the factories and all the facilities. Now, it may not actually be able to move the rare metals depot. So what we're going to do... get rid of these 2 rare metals depots.
Now that the most critical phase of the
Instead-
mission is behind us, we would argue it's a good time to start focusing on our mission evaluation goals.
Effect, you have only 45 souls to complete your evaluation objective. You have 40 technologies researched at Sol 100. Current research technologies are 18. So yes, we've got a few more to research yet. Thank you, game. I'm fully aware of what is going on. Alright,
Resources
so
are low.
storages. I do want to put rare metals up here would be the preference. As I said, it's more central. So all of the rare metals mined out of this facility will wind up here and should be accessible on all sides. So we should be able to load this rocket up and send it back with an actual supply of rare metals. In fact, we've already got 2 on board. And these, they're not up and running yet. Yes, they are. Power is up. We are up and running. What about our facility in here? Stored metals, it's consuming, it's 4.4 off 5, so more is going to have to be bought in, that's fine. Daily production predicted is 2.6 with 20 stored. That's good. That means
Sector
we should bring in
scanned.
more than we
Anomaly
consume. That
found.
doesn't mean I'm not going to have to bring in a reserve rocket, which I'm going to do right now. Cargo rocket. 910 million. That didn't give us much. 30 will want some polymers as well. We're actually pretty good on electronics, so we'll just... yeah, that's going to have to be everything. We're not going to be able to fit any prefabs in, which is unfortunate, but... not much going around. No, not much we can actually do about that at this point. That rocket can get on the way. That'll get us past this issue with the parts that we've got here. And end result, all going to plan, should be the machine parts facility in here actually managing to take over production at a rate faster than we're consuming the parts. Or at least that's the hope. Now, since we're ticking along over here, what do they need? Satisfy shopping, social, and luxury. That's the requirements. Well, I think we've got a couple of things we can possibly do here for that. On the domes. Casino complex,
Cable fault
luxury,
reported.
gaming, gambling, social. That is not cheap, but that will solve the problem there. And if we put in a grocer over here for shopping, I think that should meet all the needs. I think. I hope. Maybe. While we're at it, put a little statue in there. Just because we can. No other reason. And that leaves us just this little section over here, just in case we need a medical facility or potentially a... something.
We have a food
Just in case
shortage.
Our colonists are starving.
We shouldn't be. Storage. There should be no problems with food. We've got shitloads of food. 6 of 45, you grab all the metal over there, and as soon as you come back, we're going to have to move some food around, because that should never be a problem. Look at it all. Food 5-4. 2-4. Oh right, do a maintenance run on both buildings because they look like they need it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the food is all about here. It's slowly filling itself up, so that's fine. And our recon, is there anything? Ah, yes, that's what we're after. We've got to find as many of these as we possibly can so we can actually continue quickly advancing our research so we can actually hit our requirements. 4, 3, there we go. And the food is clearly being brought in, so that should have them fine. Bunch of whining bitches. Really? Press the button to make the drones come in. There we go. Starving side of things has been solved. Food is now coming in rapidly. Materials is loaded up here, so what we'll do...
Anomaly analyzed.
Quickly unload that on the metal. That one. Unload the metal supplies there, and once the truck is back in... we'll land Avril here for a pretty standard unload. Nothing special there. Once the metals has been unloaded, we'll move a load of food up to the dome just to make sure that doesn't happen again. So everything is unloaded. How much? Let's move a full load of 45. There we go. And let's unload.
Sector scanned.
Right there. That should prevent that from ever being a problem again. Food is readily available at all of the domes without question. Now let's get back out here and get some more metals, because we're actually going to be consuming them quite a bit faster now, because that the machine parts factory is now up and running. Now we are being unloaded. So we're up for 19. We've still got parts on the rocket coming out. Up to 42 now. And how well is... Nothing is going at the moment. We're going to start consuming electronics fast too. So we're going to need a electronics production facility as well. I might try and get one of those delivered in the next rocket. And that can be one that goes in the dome.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Dome bioscaping, dust repulsion, factory AI, and supportive community. What is factory AI? Factory AI. Upgrade Factory AI performance increased by 20%. After extensive trials and the allocation of many resources to the program, a work-safe AI has been developed to optimize various factory operations. 7,000 research. That's very expensive to build, to research. Especially since we're trying to get 40 technologies done by the time we get to our next Sol. But by the time we reach the end of our period that's been assigned to us in Sols, I wouldn't mind it. It is just a little to the pricey side. Dust repulsion, physics. Solar panels are gradually cleaned from dust when closed, resulting in less frequent maintenance. That would be nice. But honestly, at 1,800, and the fact that we're chasing text at the moment, I want the Stirling generator next. In fact, I may even pick up the autonomous sensors, and then we might jump back to dust repulsion, because I need to catch up in numbers as quickly as I possibly can. Now, no more tech to research up in there, so let's get our Explorer to come back and plug itself back into the power supply. And make sure our scans are starting to run out this way next, because that's going to be the next direction. We've only got 4 squares. Yep, that will be... yep, he's coming back. It's not a problem. And you're almost full. Up to 8 of 30 in that one. 2 of 30 in that one. But it's already fueled. I'm going to get you out of here. Suppose it doesn't really hurt. No, actually, no, we need a rocket on the other end just in case. So one of these has to go, and it's going to be you. Okay, so you get out of here. You clear. You can stay and get loaded up with all of the rare metals. You're already up at 8, and you're sitting next to the facility that's actually mining out the largest amounts. So request maintenance ahead of time on both of these. That's going to be done. We're just going to go to soybean crops, as always. That's just for, you know, make sure the soil quality comes up. And we should be meeting the requirements, at least the ones that we were all given before. So that should be it. It's a shame we can't plug that dome into that dome so people could go over and enjoy the leisure centre over there. Which is a bit silly that that isn't an option, but what can you do? Storages. Let's put a dumping site in here. God, that's starting to turn into a bit of a trash heap, isn't it? Now that is doing its thing. Storage space is full. It's out of space as well, so it's going to need more dumping sites. It's amazing the amount of waste these things create. Just got to wait for the advanced tech that actually allows me to turn all the waste into cement, and I can actually stop building these for the moment and just work on clearing all of the waste. How is that going? Inactive work shift, and it's fine. We issue a repair. And issue a repair on this one as well. Rare metals, still loads on board. Plenty on board. We've barely scratched the surface. 40 of 45. I think you can grab these over here quickly and bring that back.
Sector
Building's
scan.
not working. Why? Come back and unload there. Which building is not working? That one is not working because its storage space is still full.
Funding received.
Ah, of course, storage space is full, as in it doesn't actually have any room to store any more concrete. It's already filled up. Well, that is actually okay. Let's just turn it off then. Now that is ticking along nicely. We still don't have any... No major complaints. Average morale is at 57.
Pipe leak reported.
No, that is about it at this time. How are we going on our load? Alright, exports. Up to 12 of 30 already and ticking along nicely. Now we've cleared out the other rockets. So, we've got 3 rare metal extractors now to start feeding this in, which means we should, in roughly the same time it was taking us just to put 10 units in a rocket previously, we should be able to get this up to 30 now. Actually filling out the loads and sending them back, which is going to start solving some of our major money problems.
Research
and we
complete.
can expand out. Which is good, because the next part we're going to need to do is start building the, start gaining the ability to build electronics and to start processing polymers. Both are important. We have most of the raw supplies available. It's the factories and the people to run them that are a problem. But that will probably be the next dome we build, which is likely going to be a medium size. In fact, let's have a look and see whether or not it's going to be big enough. Damn it, no it's not. I'm not going to have enough space to hit them both. What's the best combination of minerals that I'm going to be able to get here? None, really. That is unfortunate. But also somewhat unsurprising. I sort of thought that would be the case.
Pipe leak reported.
Alright, so without influence, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to be able to mine both of those metal supplies. At the very least, a medium-sized dome is going to be a requirement, because that will be the finish off for this section. And then we're going to have to build a tunnel to probably start accessing the next part. Regardless, we will start building that in the very next video. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. As always, check the video description down below for links to all the social media and all the goodies that I run, links to my Discord, Patreon, the works, and as always, remember to click the like button if you do, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, take care.